Toronto Blue Jays, John Farrell. And now the players. From the Baltimore Orioles, Matt Wieters. From the Boston Red Sox, Jacoby Ellsbury. Josh Beckett. Kevin Youkilis. And John Lester. From the Chicago White Sox, Paul Konerko. And Carlos Quentin. From the Cleveland Indians, Chris Perez. From the Seattle Mariners, Felix Hernandez. Or we could go with Detroit Tigers, Miguel Cabrera. Shortstop, Johnny Peralta. And pitcher, Justin Verlander. And closer, Jose Valverde. From the Kansas City Royals, Aaron Crow. From the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Howie Kendrick. Jordan Walden. From the Minnesota Twins, Michael Kadire. From the New York Yankees, David Robertson. Russell Martin. From the Oakland Athletics, pitcher Gio Gonzalez. And now, from the Seattle Mariners, Felix Hernandez. Michael Pineda. And Brandon League. From the Tampa Bay Rays, pitcher David Price. Matt Joyce. And James Shields. From the Texas Rangers, Michael Young. C.J. Wilson. And Alexi Ogando. From the Toronto Blue Jays, Ricky Romero. And now let's meet the National League All-Star team. Let's let them hear it. The coaches from your Arizona Diamondbacks, Kirk Gibson. And from the Chicago Cubs, Mike Quade. And now the players from your Arizona Diamondbacks, Justin Upton. And Miguel Montero. From the Atlanta Braves, Johnny Venters. Craig Kimbrell. And Jair Jurgens. From the Chicago Cubs, Starlin Castro. From the Cincinnati Reds, Brandon Phillips. Joey Votto. And Jay Bruce. From the Florida Marlins, Gabby Sanchez. From the Houston Astros, Hunter Pence. From the Los Angeles Dodgers, Andre Ethier. And Clayton Kershaw. From the Milwaukee Brewers, Ryan Braun. From the New York Mets, Jose Reyes. From the Philadelphia Phillies, Shane Victorino. Placido Polanco. Cliff Lee. And Cole Hamels. From the Pittsburgh Pirates, Andrew McCutchen. Kevin Correa. And Joel Hanrahan. From the St. Louis Cardinals, Yadier Molina. From the San Diego Padres, Heath Bell. From the San Francisco Giants, Matt Cain. Ryan Vogelsong. Brian Wilson. Pablo Sandoval. And Tim Lincecum. From the Washington Nationals, Tyler Clippard. And now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2010 American League champion Texas Rangers, Ron Washington. Leading off and playing center field from the New York Yankees, Curtis Granderson. Batting second and playing shortstop from the Cleveland Indians, Asdrubal Cabrera. Batting third and playing first base from the Boston Red Sox, Adrian Gonzalez. Batting fourth and playing right field from the Toronto Blue Jays, Jose Bautista. Batting fifth, playing left field from the Texas Rangers, Josh Hamilton. Batting sixth and playing third base from the Texas Rangers, Adrian Beltre. Batting seventh, the designated hitter from the Boston Red Sox, David Ortiz. Batting eighth and playing second base from the New York Yankees, Robinson Cano. Batting ninth and catching down in the bullpen from the Tigers, Alex Avila. And the starting pitcher down in the bullpen from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Jared Weaver. And now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2010 World Series champion San Francisco Giants, Bruce Bochy.
Good luck, man. How we doing, Gonzo?
Leading off and playing second base from the Milwaukee Brewers, Ricky Weeks. Batting second, the designated hitter from the New York Mets, Carlos Beltran. Batting third and playing center field from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Matt Kemp. Batting fourth and playing first base from the Milwaukee Brewers, Prince Fielder. Batting fifth and catching from the Atlanta Braves, Brian McCann. Batting sixth and playing right field from the St. Louis Cardinals, Lance Berkman. Batting seventh, playing left field from the St. Louis Cardinals, Matt Holliday. Batting eighth and playing shortstop from the Colorado Rockies, Troy Tulowitzki. Batting ninth, playing third base from the Cincinnati Reds, Scott Rowland. And the starting pitcher warming up in the bullpen from the Philadelphia Phillies, Roy Halladay. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2011 American League and National League All-Stars. And we continue from Phoenix, Arizona. Up next, a preview of Simon Cowell's
Boston Red Sox. The home run derby champion is going to be following him up. Robinson Cano playing second base from the New York Yankees, and pitching for us from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Jared Weaver.
Well done, Michael. And now we look at the numbers for Roy Halladay. Big 6'6", 230-pound right-hander now with Philly. Long time with the Toronto Blue Jays, and he has been nothing short of extraordinary. 6 complete games, more than 27 of the 30 teams across baseball. And as Granderson walks in, the opening pitch is brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. And before we get rolling, what are the 4 keys to the game?
Michael Kadire mentioned that Robbie Cano is hitting 8th. When the home run derby winner is hitting 8th, that's power. And for the National League, they'll try to outpitch them like they did last year.
And first pitch, hack, and 1 out. That's Tim taking it to the extreme.
I think that's exactly what most hitters do here at the All-Star Game. A lot of early in the count swinging. They don't want the good pitchers to get ahead of them.
Do you want to tell the world that that was the first start for Curtis Granderson, and he's got 25 home runs, and he's tied with his teammate Mark Teixeira? And
it would be redundant if I did that.
It would. And with 1 out, here is Asdrubal Cabrera, who has been the consistent piece for the surprising Cleveland Indians. He has been there. He's a shortstop, former second baseman, a lot of pop. And he comes up empty, strike 2. A Cleveland team that has surprised everybody, just a half game out in the AL Central. And now the 0-2 from Halladay.
That's the ball.
Just missed down, ball 1. First All-Star game for Cabrera, and he gets the start because of the absence of Derek Jeter, who's not only not in the game but not in Phoenix. And 2 out as Halladay gets strikeout number 1. Home plate umpire tonight is Dale Scott. He is the crew chief of this veteran crew, with Jerry Lane at first, his 3rd All-Star game. Hunter Wendelstedt at 2nd, his first. Same for Dan Iasonia at Hickox down the left field line, and Chris Guccione is in right. And with 2 out, nobody on, it brings in Adrian Gonzalez, who I don't think you get any argument when you say that Gonzalez is the first half AL MVP in his first year with Boston.
Without a doubt, no question.
Takes a ball over the outside part for a guy who has driven in 77 to lead the league, and now a strike. His first in average, and he is 1 for 5 in his All-Star Game history. Good breaking ball is in for strike 2. Gonzalez talks about staying behind the ball, getting on top of it and driving through it. And he pulls it here, so good the other way, and it is a very quiet top half of the first here in Phoenix. And now coming up, Halliday with a scoreless first, no score. Coach Mike Butcher of the Angels saying after his start, his last effort before he passed away was killed in an automobile accident. I'm just starting to figure it out. He passed away early on a Friday morning and was set to move in with Jared Weaver on Sunday. Here's a 2-1. 2-2. Brian Wilson talked about a filthy lineup. Jared Weaver's stuff is filthy. Throws across his body and is tough against lefties and righties, and he strikes out Beltran 2 away.
Started Beltran off with a changeup, finished Carlos off with a changeup. He's got a very unusual delivery. Turns his back to home plate more than any other right-handed pitcher in baseball. You can see the changeup. Whenever that ring finger's involved, nothing fast is coming.
Matt Kemp, who is digging in, is the 4th National League player since 1950. Before the All-Star break to have hit 20 or more, driven in 60 or more, and stolen 20 or more. And Tim, very simply put, he is having an MVP type season on a bad Dodger club.
You talked about Adrian Gonzalez, more of a hands down first half MVP. Matt Kemp certainly in the running. I think the leading candidate on a Dodger club that's in 4th place in the National League West.
And when you think about his numbers, think about what he's got hitting behind him, and not to denigrate who is batting in the 5 spot for the Dodgers. He's got Ethier in front of him, but he does not have protection, which was the case the last couple of years for a guy like Adrian Gonzalez playing for the San Diego Padres. Now Gonzalez is with the perfect team, the perfect lineup, and the numbers are staggering what Adrian has done in the first half of the season. Counts 3-1. On deck, Prince Fielder. And the next from Jared Weaver gives us our first base runner of the night. A 2-out walk.
That opens up things for a guy not only with power, but a guy who can run, and that's Matt Kemp. A 90% success rate, 27 out of 30.
And it brings in a guy with an explosive uppercut swing. He's looking to golf. If you miss down, he will lose it. And a guy who has hit as many as 50 home runs in a season. A free agent to be, and he has let anybody know if they need a DH even, he'll listen. First pitch swinging, flying out to left after 1 here in Phoenix with Bautista, Hamilton, Beltre coming up, no score. Let's see if you can hit. If not, maybe the Tigers put Victor Martinez back behind the plate and go a different direction. Well, Avila is hit. And he has got 46 RBIs, leading AL catchers. Count 0-2.
And catching that pitching staff headed by Justin Verlander. We asked Alex yesterday, I did, about the bone on his left hand and how his index finger on his left hand is doing. He said it's been numb since the middle of last year. That's where that catcher's hand takes all that pounding from guys who throw hard like Verlander.
Here is an 0-2. Breaking ball misses. By the way, you see Verlander. Major League Baseball sending out a release reminding people that 84 total players were named All-Stars. 79 of the 84 did show up here in Phoenix. Two of the guys that didn't just had surgery, Chipper Jones, Alex Rodriguez for the torn meniscus in their knees. Mariano Rivera is not here. CC Sabathia is not here. Derek Jeter is not here. And that's been a hot button topic around baseball for the last couple of days. Here is a 2-2. And an easy one for the shortstop, Tulowitzki. And the inning is over. We have played 2.5, and we ask you to stay tuned for a sneak preview of Captain America, the First Avenger. Guy that lights up a camera, and a guy who has been lighting up pitchers around the AL with his 25 home runs. Tied with his teammate Mark Teixeira, looking up at his teammate for the night, Jose Bautista, with his 31. No score, 4th inning, and Cliff Lee back to work. Strike one.
Saying WrestleMania as Hunter Pence comes in the game in left field, and in right field, local product Justin Upton.
And Granderson is 0 for 2.
That's something. Granderson talking about WrestleMania being the best athletic event he'd ever been to after playing center field for the New York Yankees. Playing in postseason play at Yankee Stadium.
And he did get to postseason last year. In his first year, he got hot down the stretch, which had always been his problem, and he has 9 of his 25 this year against lefties.
And that leads the major leagues for all hitters against left-handers.
Here is as Drew Votto can pick it, and Kershaw there to cover.
2 good plays by Votto to end the inning.
We go to the bottom of the 5th in Phoenix, 3-1 NL. Great swings, and he's a righty. And he is putting together a Hall of Fame career. He waits on the ball well. He's got power to all fields. He's recorded 25 or more home runs, 100 or more RBIs in 7 straight years. That's strike one. And
did Cabrera ever make his mark in a hurry? Being knocked down by Roger Clemens in the 2003 make that World Series game. That was the game that Clemens announced his retirement. But then on the next pitch, he hit a home run to right field.
Came up with the Marlins, and now Dave Dombrowski, who was there and now is the GM with the Detroit Tigers, brought one of the game's best to the Motor City to count 2-1. And now 2-2. This is the 6th All-Star game for Cabrera. The guy who finished 2nd in the MVP voting last year behind Josh Hamilton. And he grounds one to Brandon Phillips just into the game. And we go to the bottom of the 6th as we give you a peek at Old Town Scottsdale, a great spot in the Phoenix area. 4-1 NL. The kid, and there is nobody who has gone untouched by cancer as we continue on here from Phoenix in this 82nd MLB All-Star game. And then look at the numbers for Castro and where they rank. They're right there. And a strikeout from Brandon League as Alexi Ogando gets loose. 1 on, 1 out. And the batter will be, for the first time tonight, Pablo Sandoval.
Third baseman, Pablo Sandoval.
First time All-Star is Sandoval, who missed about a month with a broken hamate bone in his right hand. Switch hitter, third baseman, former catcher, and in much better shape than a year ago. You can see he's got a good swing. And he fouls a 98-mile-per-hour pitch back, strike one. Phillips on deck.
The Panda, tremendously popular in San Francisco. Fans love him.
Here's the 0-1. And that ball gets away from Wieters. That sends Pence down to second, and now all the way over to third. Wieters was crossed up. Pretty good pitch from League, and it got away from the young catcher.
Well, watch him stand up and see Wieters either was crossed up or he had to cross over to make that play. Couldn't find the ball immediately, and you could see Sandoval waving Hunter Pence around to third base, and now the American League will have to bring their infield in again.
It is a pass ball on Wieters. Infield is in. Easier RBI chance for Sandoval. He's been a hot hitter. He's hitting 25 of the 26 games he's played in since coming off the DL on June 14th.
I'll tell you, Joe, it's unusual that there aren't more pass balls in All-Star games because catchers are used to hitting against pitchers and not catching them.
There's a 2-1. Low. Ball 3. Sandoval is consistent from both sides of the plate. In 09, when he was only 22, he hit .330, 25 homers, 90 RBIs, but got out of shape. Has worked his way back into shape, and that's strike 2. He'll be 25 next month. A big piece of the puzzle for his manager, Bruce Bochy. And the NL West leading Giants and the reigning world champs. That's down the left field line and makes it 5-1. Ground rule double for Pablo Sandoval, and the NL has its biggest lead of the night.
Think they're not happy in the Bay Area now? That pitch down and away. Sandoval hits as many balls for base hits as he does strikes. Perhaps the freest swinger in the National League. Doubles down the left field line to make it 5-1. That was a two-seam fastball from Lee. And Sandoval with a double.
Brings in the Twitter king of Major League Baseball, Brandon Phillips. And by the way, a really good player. As League misses low, ball 1. Some of the things that Phillips has done with Twitter, showing up at a kid's Little League game, giving away prizes and bringing fans on trips. Former Cleveland Indian, and he has fun with this game. And that's foul. Strike 1. Two-time Gold Glove Award winner. He's got pop. And he has had a 30-30 season. Back in 07, 30 home runs, 32 steals. Here comes a 1-1. And a fly ball into center will send Ellsbury back a few. 2 out. Baseball greats are coming together to kick off the Pepsi Max Field of Dreams promotion, where you and your friends could win a chance to play ball with MLB legends. Visit Pepsi Max Field of Dreams online to enter today. Remember, if you build it, they will come. And now Gabby Sanchez will come off the bench and bat for Ethier, who was 1 for 1 with an RBI single. This is the DH spot in the lineup for the NL. The best hitter in this game that few have heard of, Gabby Sanchez, and that's strike 1.
So many connections. Gabby Sanchez, a teammate of Chris Perez at the University of Miami, and also Ryan Braun. All three members of the Hurricane baseball team.
As Gio Gonzalez gets loose. Here's 0-1. Wieters again kind of getting up out of his crouch. The count 1-1.
Even though you know what's coming, it's very difficult for ball movement. I mean, after all, Wieters has never caught league before.
Here's a 1-1. And a little flare out to second, caught by Kendrick. And that sends this game into the 8th. AL coming up. They now trail by 4.
0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
Great save, kid. You deserve this.
Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball.
In the Valley of the Sun, and the champ, 69 years old, Muhammad Ali, at the park with us tonight. And Johnny Venters is in the game. Wieters, the switch hitter, first pitch swinging, 1 out. Well, the NL prior to last year hadn't won since 1996. As we welcome you inside our broadcast booth, and we're trying to make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, well, your opening remarks tonight with all the guys that are missing, including 2 of the best pitchers in the game, Justin Verlander and CC Sabathia, I think indicative of how this game has gone thus far.
And the starters for the National League did a very good job. Cliff Lee did give up the home run to Gonzalez, but other than that, it has been shutdown work from Bruce Bochy's pitching staff. Now he's in the area with the short relievers, and you got Kimbrel throwing 98, and you got Johnny Venters from the left side throwing 96. And quickly an 0-2 count on Ellsbury. Seventh pitcher of the night for the NL. And Bochy is left with Lincecum, Vogelsong, Correa, Hanrahan, Bell, and Wilson. And there's Heath Bell getting ready with 2 out. And that is it for Johnny Venters. He did his job. Chevrolet proudly supports the great game of baseball at all levels. You can see how they're making kids' baseball dreams come true across the USA at ChevyBaseball.com. Venters, quick and good work. Heath Bell coming in with Johnny Peralta coming up. You think he's having any fun? Let's take a break. How about Heath Bell coming into this game? And how about Phil Jakes, our camera operator behind him, trying to chase him. Nobody wanted to get in front of him. And if Bell can catch his breath.
Here we go.
Here we go, Phil.
I don't blame you, Phil.
That stuff's not light.
No.
He told us he was coming into this game and throwing all fastballs. And his 100-yard dash at 10.2. Then he did a slide. So out of breath they may have to take him out.